Hi guys, and welcome to another video on Sonos Live. So this is a very exciting video for me because we are coming up to G1 season. After everything that's gone on, a lot of people worried that we'd even have the tournament. But during the New Japan Roadshow on Thursday, we finally actually had the participants revealed to us. For anyone who doesn't know what the G1 is, it's basically a tournament, the biggest tournament I think in New Japan's calendar, where you have two brackets of 10 participants in each. They all will wrestle each other for points, and at the end of it, the two winners of the blocks will go head to head to see who wins the chance to challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in the main event of the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom. Now at first I was very worried because we don't really know what's going on in the world, and there was two options. We could have a G1 which was similar to the New Japan Cup this year, focusing a lot on the Japanese talent and whoever is in Japan. Or we could have the second one where we somehow managed to get all our favourite wrestlers, and luckily we have the latter. Somehow, as I was looking through the list, there were some names that we've not seen in Japan since, is it February or something? So I'm going to have a quick look today at sort of the two brackets, well we don't really know the brackets yet, but the two different blocks, and I'm going to have a look at the participants, the possible matches, and what my predictions are going to be for this year's G1. So I've got them here. So we have, obviously like I said, two blocks, and let's have a look at Block A. Block A is really strong. Like, you've got former heavyweight champions, you've got former G1 winners, you've got Jeff Cobb and Minoru Suzuki. I mean, there is such a diverse range of wrestlers in this. So for example, you've got, like I said, Gachimuchi, Jeff Cobb. You've got the intense and brutal Suzuki. Then you've got the sneaky Taichi. You've got Okada. You've got Ishii. You've got Ospreay, who was a junior heavyweight, but will still have those tendencies. You've got Yujiro Takahashi, who, congratulations Yujiro, this is your first G1 in seems like forever. Shingo Takagi, who, even though he's lost the title to Minoru Suzuki, is still on such a roll, and actually, considering last year was his debut G1, did amazingly. And now it's similar with Ospreay, Cobb and Shingo. Now that their nerves of their debut G1 is over with, hopefully they can build up more points, more momentum. However, there is one person that I've not said, and that is Jay White. Literally, when I got sent the list of G1 participants because I was at work, when I looked down and I saw Jay White's name, I was very excited. And this sort of makes me feel like this is the G1. No matter what's happening, when you see your favourite wrestler there, it's like G1 season arrived. And having a look here at all the participants in the A block, there are so many amazing potential matches. So I've always loved watching Jay and Okada in the ring. I think there's something about they have this chemistry with each other that is unlike anything, and I would happily watch them fight again and again, and I have. We've got Okada versus Ishii, so two members of Chaos. I don't think I've watched live a match between the two of them. Obviously we've seen a lot of tag matches and stuff, Chaos versus Chaos. So this is going to be interesting because especially now, Ishii actually has the upper hand in terms of he is a champion. He is going to have a target on his back, and I know, I'm not actually sure because obviously, I don't know when this video is coming out, but they obviously had a match for each other for the never openweight tag titles. So we'll see what happens from there. That might increase the tension for their match in the G1. We've also got another interfaction match, which, this is really conflicting. It is Minoru Suzuki versus my holy emperor, Taichi. So, I love Minoru Suzuki, but I also love Taichi as well. Like, Suzuki-gun is probably one of my favourite factions. And I think it's going to be an interesting match. We've seen the two of them fight last year in World Tag League, where Suzuki was teaming with Lance Archer, and obviously we had Dangerous Tekkers. This is going to be a completely different dynamic. You've got a singles match between two very different but very similar men, if you get my gist. And then you've obviously got another faction versus faction with Jay White versus Yujiro, which, even though it's got Jay in it, I'm not as excited at because the result's a bit more predictable with that. So it's honestly an amazing block. Like, we've got Kota Ibushi, Jeff Cobb, Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii, Will Ospreay, Shingo Takagi, Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, Jay and Yujiro. Sorry if it looks like I'm looking down, I'm just making sure I remember everyone. There are some amazing people in there. Former G1 winners, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, former New Japan Cup winners. Like, between them, I'm like at a loss of how many titles. There's a former Olympian in this. Like, I don't even know. It's going to be amazing. But then you look at the B block, and when you think that nothing could beat that block, and you're like, New Japan's like, boom. And so here's my look at B block. So here are the names that we've got. So from Taguchi Japan, there's Tanahashi and Juice Robinson. Nice to see you back, Juice. From, like I said, it's very chaos centric. So we have 3 chaos in block A and 3 chaos in block B in the form of Goto, Yano and Yoshihashi. Congrats Yoshihashi for making it back into the G1. Naito and Sanada are both in block B, which will be very interesting. Zack Sabre Jr., Kenta and Evil. So like I said for block A, some amazing opportunities for some interfaction wrestling matches. We've got obviously anyone in chaos. It'll be quite interesting because obviously Goto and Yoshihashi are never tag team champions together. Evil versus Kenta, the two of them have never actually had this meeting. They might have been in the G1 last year, someone's going to have to remind me. But in terms of both being Bullet Club members, and then the one match, Sanada versus Naito, like honestly, especially after everything that's happened with Evil, and also I'm very happy to see Sanada versus Evil, see how that goes. Naito and Sanada are two very different wrestlers. On the surface, they seem quite similar. They're very chilled out. Their styles mix athleticism, a bit of a junior heavyweight hybrid. But their careers couldn't have been different. Sanada's prominent in the tag division. Well, not anymore. Damn you, Evil. Naito has had one of the most tumultuous careers, cementing himself, though, as one of the best wrestlers in the world. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, because remember last year, Sanada he did beat the then champion Okada. Could it be the same? Could this be Sanada's year to not only pin the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion in Naito, but also get the opportunity and win that? It's just, I feel like I'm just babbling, but there is so much exciting potential for this year's G1, and it's almost like it is going to be a complete break from everything that's happening in the world. It almost feels like there is some sort of normality with the names like Kenta, Jay, Juice. It just feels like it's going to be New Japan again. And what is a video looking at this year's G1 if I don't say my predictions? So I'm going to post on my blog, wrestling-chatter.blogspot.com. Links will always be in the description. I'm going to do a full look at each individual wrestler and stuff. But, I mean, my predictions are kind of obvious. So, for Block A, Jay White. I say this every year, and it'll sort of say itself, my prediction at the end. Jay White will win the G1. Block B, I really want Sanada to win. Like last year, he had an amazing match with Okada, but apart from that, his tournament was a bit rubbish. Like, he wasn't picking up wins and things like that. And I would also really love to see Sanada versus Jay again, because we saw that, I think it was at Destruction last year. Yeah, just before, maybe before or after, I'm not sure. But the two of them have this amazing chemistry. And obviously, as much as I love Sanada, my pick has to be Jay White to win. And I mean, it's the third year I've said this, and if it doesn't happen, I might have to change my pick. So Jay, win it for me, so for once I'm right in my predictions. So yeah, that was like a quick whistle-stop tour of everything. It's a lot, I know, and I almost feel like I'm going to be looking at each week of the G1 probably in videos as well. But in the meantime, I will link below the news articles talking about the entrance. I'll pop my link in when I finally release my articles. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know below if this is your first G1 or what other tournaments you've watched. And let me know, who do you want to win? Who do you want to win each block? Who do you want to win the entire tournament? And also, what matches are you looking forward to the most? So like always, like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow me on my social media at wrestling_chat, and I will see you next week. Bye!